Hello everyone, Felix here. This one's a bit of a slower one. I decided this idea came into my head some time ago, and oh hold on, there's little I don't know. It's a bit weird BGM. It's an unsuited BGM, but whatever. It's the normal BGM that I usually get. But overall, this might be a little bit of a shorter stream. I don't know, but I felt like this is kind of like, how do I say this? It's gonna be like one of those Pippa streams where I just react to various things, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna make fun. I'm gonna do a little bit of digging about my own state for a little bit. So, as some of you know, I'm not gonna fully self-dox, and the proximity of some of these stories might be a little bit dangerous. But yeah, most of them happen pretty far from me, if not all of them. But I decided, I'm gonna do a little digging about my own state, possibly its most well-known phenomenon. Now, despite being a Florida man, I have not had any other true encounters with Florida men, so to speak. I think, overall in my area, very deep suburbia, in honesty. Like, there are rural areas near me that I can drive to, but this is I live a little bit near the coast in this pretty populated area, but despite that, I don't often hear about local crime or local incidents, local happenings. Only sometimes does it all make the news. Hold on, let me pull up chat if anyone's here. But yeah, most of the time it's honestly it's a bit slower. I don't really I think the one time that I can think of when something kind of big happened to where I was when I was a little kid looking out the window of of my downstairs, and I see these two people running from a cop in this big ditch that runs behind my house, through my yard. They were running, chasing, and then I then I see a bunch of light later on. I think they were part of a manhunt. And the other time that I saw it was I think another manhunt that happened near this forested area in this specific big intersection. You could see a lot of canine officers. You could see a lot of cops. I think there was a SWAT team with ARs out and going into the forest to hunt down this guy in this little it's not even a heavily wooded area, but it is close to several neighborhoods that I guess were considered a threat. But most of the time you don't hear about crime here. You don't hear about I wouldn't necessarily call my neighborhood the safest of places, but we never really hear about we don't really hear about anything big going on. There's nothing overly dramatic, just sometimes a little bit of uproar because the gate got broken or something. But yeah, so Florida Man is an internet meme first popularized in 2013, referring to an alleged prevalence of people performing irrational or maniacal actions in the U.S. state of Florida. Internet users typically submit links to news stories and articles about unusual or strange crimes or other events occurring in Florida, with stories headlines often beginning with Florida Man, followed by the main event of the story. Because of the way headlines are typically written, they can be creatively interpreted as implying the subjects of all the articles are a single individual known as Florida Man. Thus, hold on. Yeah, we have there are stuff that I can remember. I have browsed that website before, but not in any level of depth. Yeah, this is a big as much as I like to joke about it, a lot of weird shit plenty happens in other states. Mostly because, the Miami New Times claimed that the Freedom of Information laws in Florida make it easier for journalists to acquire information about arrests from the police in other states, and that is responsible for a large number of news articles. Yeah, any low bit city journal or city newspaper looking for a story to stuff the newspaper with, or just throw up a headline on their website. You can easily just search up like police records. I can more easily search a police record. I think it's called the Sunshine Law. I'm not quite sure. Can just search up police records, find some like story that would like hard, and because something that I did learn, I for it's gonna be a bit hard to explain because again I don't want to self-dox, but I did briefly go to a school that I did a communications major in, which is ironic because I fucking hate journos. I fucking hate journalists, and I would never consider that field anymore. Especially like I just like unless like you're some sort of like non-profit independent journalist like Kirsha, I would never consider. That did give me like my interest in filmmaking when I did go to an like briefly attend an art school where I did go to communications, but something we did learn, I guess anyone like really in media can know this. There's hard news and there's soft news. Soft news is like about sports, about celebrity drama, about I don't know, like big events that don't have relevance to local politics, so to speak. And hard news is everything political, everything relating to like if it involves the death of a person, that if it involves violence, if it involves the death of a person, if it involves crime, if it involves politics, if it involves natural disasters, that all goes into the hard news section. And hard news is probably outside of like again like celebrity drama or whatever, social media drama. Hard news and traditional hard news is the backbone of basically every newspaper, every media site, anything that like affects people in like genuine daily lives is going to be in hard news. And the easiest way to farm hard news, especially relating to politics or crime, is to look up like a police activity or police records that happened recently at the time. That you can just go in and like, ooh, a shooting happened, let's put this up, and that's going to increase discourse, people are going to talk about this. Ooh, a bank robbery or convenience store robbery happened, that's going to get people talking about it. That's why like it's easy to farm that, and it's easy like for all of it to be portrayed as seriously as possible, minus the inclusion of stuff like cops and like World Star and shit like that, where you basically go in to see people fucking up. Anyways, that was like my random rant. That wasn't scripted or anything. I just wanted to, I decided to talk about it. The meme originated in February 2013 with the now banned Twitter account Florida Man, which quoted notably strange or bizarre news headlines containing the words Florida Man, such as Florida Man run over by van after dog pushes accelerator, or police arrest Florida Man for drunken joyride on a motorized scooter at Walmart. The account referred to Florida Man as the world's worst superhero, jokingly implying the headlines are not a variety of people but a single prolific suspect. Oh yeah. Florida Man was also referred to in... What the hell? Whatever. What? This entire... Look, I know it's supposed to be a comedy, but like this is just... Reading this... The Florida Man was also referred to in the opening episode of Season 2 of the FX show Atlanta as a sinister entity, referred to by Darius as an alt-right Johnny Appleseed, who commits a variety of strange crimes in Florida as part of a plot to prevent black people from vote. What the... I'm sorry, that like... When did this show come out? I don't know. I just want... I like... This has no bearing on Florida Man. I just... when did this come out? 2016. Whatever. It's just like... It caught me off guard. Oh, I didn't... IO Interactive released a stealth action... Oh, Hitman 2. And the Miami... I know the Miami level. I haven't played Hitman before, but I have, like, seen a lot of playthroughs. I didn't know there was, in fact, a Florida Man in that. But, Florida man wouldn't do whatever. As a Florida as In November 16th, 2022, the New York Post reported Trump's 2024 presidential campaign on the front pages. Florida man makes announcement. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. And the Florida Man Games event took place in 2024 in St. Augustine, Florida. I remember Pippa covered this. Pippa covered this in one of her videos in the Florida Man Birthday Challenge. The meme has been widely seen as confirmation of the association between the state of Florida and bizarre human activity, and has been compared to the Darwin Awards. The meme was criticized by Columbia Journalism Review, which called it one of journalism's darkest and most lucrative cottage industries. Well, yeah, that's what I explained earlier. Like, it's an easy way to farm hard news stories, where stories tend to stand as exemplars of the mythical hyper-weirdness of the Sunshine State, more often simply document the travels of the drug-addicted, mentally ill, and homeless. Well, the thing is, watching crackheads is kind of funny. I know it's a bit uncouth to say that, but watching crackheads do crackhead shit is really funny. And even if it is involving dark things such as assault or rape or murder, it is funny to hear about it. It is genuinely interesting. Now, mentally ill people are funny. Why do you think I watch Face Connect? In March 2023, Netflix announced a streaming television limited series titled Florida Man from showrunner and Florida native Donald Todd, starring Edgar Ramirez, a disgraced ex-policeman who was forced to return to his native Florida in search of a mobster's missing girlfriend. Did it actually with the gun? Did it actually reference one of the stories that I'm gonna show off later on? I remember there was also a commercial about an insurance company commercial about Florida Man. Mike Valentine, a struggling ex-cop, forced to return to his home state of Florida to find a Philly mobster's runaway girlfriend, whatever. Doesn't sound too interesting, other than that they just decided to put it on there for memes or whatever. But we do it like this, but this did, I will review this. This did give the context for my thumbnail, which, by the way, it is in Gatorland. I have not been to Gatorland. I do wish to go to Gatorland, and I have to prod my parents at some point. We instead of going to fucking Universal is fine. I love Universal, but why would you go to Disney when there's Gatorland right there? I'm not a kid anymore, and I've never been to Gatorland. All the places in Orlando advertise Gatorland, and I have recommended it to people without being there, but I do want to go see it. A 31-year-old man who was bitten by an alligator in an extremely rare attack at Florida's Lake Monroe this week. I think that's near Lake Okeechobee. The victim, who the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission was experiencing homelessness, was swimming in the lake in Sanford around 2 a.m. Sunday morning. Well, I think you kind of... Aren't alligators nocturnal? Diurnal and nocturnal, meaning they're active both in the day and night. They're primarily nocturnal feeders. Yeah, that probably explains it pretty well. 2 a.m. Sunday morning, so deep in the night. So he probably got it's like one of those shark attacks where the shark can mistake something for food. The alligator probably thought it was someone else, because alligators are either one, they don't really care about crocodiles are more from what I'm familiar with. Crocodiles are a lot more aggressive than alligators when it comes to feeding. Even the big ones, even the big alligators, tend to be a little bit more scared of humans, unless it's a mother during nesting season, because I know they're pretty protective of their young during then. We were driving back home and passed by a guy basically lying on the side here covered in blood. A witness in the area at the time told Fox 35 Orlando he was missing his arm from here. You can see his bone and all the flesh coming out of it. There was one little towel I had, so I took it, covered his arm with it, and squeezed it until the paramedics got here. Lake Monroe, yeah. We have like several big lakes. One of them is Lake Okeechobee, which is all the airboats, all like it is the origin of the Everglades. All the airboats come through there. I've been there maybe once as I can remember. I haven't done any recreational activity on there. I do want to like go hunting and exploring around there at some point. It's this big flat marshland. It's fascinating. You can see it from space. But yeah, Lake Monroe. Fish and Wildlife spokesman Lauren Clairbout told Fox News Digital on Friday morning that human alligator conflicts are extremely rare in Florida, and likelihood of a Florida resident being seriously injured during an unprovoked alligator incident in Florida is roughly 1 in 3.1 million. Yeah, I've like personally, I'm just like, I just go outside and I can readily find an alligator basically in every pond, in every lake, and every pond that we have. You can find some kind of alligator, but they always tend to be really small. Like the kind that like they never get as big as a human. They're the type that like they're as big as dogs. You can hold them in your hand. The biggest one is like the ones you can hold in your hand. John Lawson, a fisherman, no one shouting. A fisherman who claimed to have been in the area early Sunday said he spotted a man dipping under the water and coming back up and gasping. I asked him if he was alright. I startled him. He said, yeah, no, I'm good. I kind of hung around. I, I kind of hung around for a minute just to make sure because it was strange going under the water. I was like, man, we're just trying to help you. You're out in the dark. You're either going to get hit by a boat or eaten by a gator. He said he wasn't worried about gators. Yeah, these look big. They look like big or scary in all the photos, but it's taken from such a low angle. Like, I've seen a lot of gators. They don't get that big. Alligator, yeah. Pretty. I love the swamp puppies, the lizard puppies. Swamp puppies are capybaras. Lizard puppies are alligators. Man was taken to a nearby hospital following the attack. Yeah, you get that sort of thing. Oh yeah, this one was recent. This one, no, it wasn't. It wasn't recent. I just like found it on Twitter. Florida man wrangles 8-foot alligator with bare hands and he's not wearing shoes. A lot of them involve alligators, because that's kind of like what our state is known for. I'm not sure if it is our. Florida man. Oh, what am I typing? State animal. Yeah, it's the Florida panther. That's what that we. I learned about this when I was a kid. I just don't remember it. But like most people don't remember that we have panthers, that we have cougars down here. Most of it is that like most of what we're associated with, like especially like extremely heavily, is alligator. And like maybe it's like it's a symptom of living in the South, especially other swamp areas with swamps such as say Georgia or Alabama or Mississippi, Louisiana, that area, because those have a lot of alligators as well. He didn't have shoes on. MMA fighter known as Blue Collar Brawler went viral last June when he captured another alligator in a parking lot in Jacksonville Elementary School. Hold on. Let me pause BGM. Let's go watch this. Like everyone, like maybe it's just because I'm tall. Maybe it's well, no, I'm not very tall, but maybe it's just because we're humans and we're bipedal. We stand up pretty tall on like on our two legs. But a lot of these alligators don't look that big. You can just like yeah, you can just pick them up. Like they can get pretty big. They're as big as dogs. They can just pick them up. It's like like the idealized image of what a Florida man is. Like this shot, hold on. Like this shot right here is what everyone imagines like the idealized Florida man is like. But yeah, they don't they don't look that big. they don't look that big. They don't seem that big. It's only when like maybe they're a bit fat that the. Although I do have a story about alligators. My dad took me out golfing when I was a little kid. We still do that. Yeah, we play golf. Yeah, we still when I was out golfing when I was a little kid. I think it was on Father's Day of all things, and my dad took me and myself and my mother out golfing. And I hit my ball near this bunker, which is like this big pit of sand, and it was next to a little lake, a little pond. And I didn't notice until now. Oh, hi, Seismic. Hello, Felix. I'll hope all is well. It's all right. It's all right. It's a bit of a slower day. It's a bit of like I'm just using this as a kind of semi Zatsudan, just telling stories and learning a little bit more about my own state superhero, so to speak. But we go so we're out golfing. I hit my ball near the sand trap. They call it a sand trap or a bunker. It's like this big pit of sand next to a pond. My ball lands near there, and I go up to hit it. Remember, keep in mind, I'm a little kid. I'm like 10 or 11 years old, I think. And what I didn't notice is like really like at least to me back then, this giant alligator was like less than 10 feet away from me, hissing. So the moment I did go to hit my ball and I didn't notice it was there because I swore, at least to my eyes at the time, it did not look green. It looked kind of like it looked very dry because the sand is like very white. It was very like it looked the alligator looked very dry. So I assumed I assumed it was camouflage as like in all my memories of the event. I assumed it was just like really camouflaged with the sand somehow. And I the moment I just like it gets up and starts moving. It doesn't hiss at me or anything. It just gets up and starts moving. And I freak out. I start running back to the car. Like my bear in mind, my parents did not run over to help me. I didn't like I just that was all on my own. I just grabbed my golf club like nothing else and just like as fast as these little legs could carry me. I just like okay for sure. Nice. Just stopping by to say hello. Enjoy the stream. Thanks, Seismic. But yeah, I lifted myself out of that sand trap. I was just running back to the car, and I was a little bit traumatized of that specific spot, and I still remember exactly where it was. I saw the gator initially, like I might have seen it initially and thought it was a rock. Maybe because I can see after that after I ran out. I don't think it chased me or anything. It just turned its head towards me. After that, it just slipped into the water, and I could see it. It's a big gator. You could see it. You could see it for like follow like slowly like patrolling around the lake as we drive around it, because the golf course loops around it. And from what I remember, like that's probably the largest alligator I've seen, even including in zoos. Like again, I was a little kid, so a large alligator was probably quite large to me, especially if it was like maybe a breeding mother. I didn't see any eggs, but I assumed it was a mother for it to be that protective of like going towards me instead of running away. He was screaming towards the cop. He was running towards the cops and the crowd of people, and everyone was screaming. Dragic told Fox 35 News that that he was actually attending a hockey game with his family when the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office alerted the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission about the nuisance reptile and was dispatched because he was also a licensed alligator trapper. He's an MMA fighter now. And and a licensed alligator trapper. It was only 5 minutes from the game, so I literally left the game, caught the alligator, and then went back to the game. I felt like that. So this is the second time. This is the second time doing all this. Crowd screaming as Florida man wrangles and captures large alligator by elementary school. Hold on, let me put up BGM again.
Video of a Florida man taking on a gator is going going viral. He's known online as the blue collar brawler.
Okay, that is a
This brave
large
ranger
gator. I'm gonna
says
admit
he
that is a
knew
very large
what
alligator.
had
I
to be
don't. I
done.
usually don't see. Like I see a lot of them in real life. I do
What
not
had
see
to be
them
done.
ever get this
Yeah, I
big.
see how big the alligator was, and I was like, hey, it's showtime.
The video has
That's
been
bad.
shared about
That's badass as
2,000
fuck.
times on
Gonna
Facebook
be
and has
real.
about
And he has an
1,000
actual tool
comments
this
on
time.
Instagram. And you can see why by looking at this video, but that only tells half the story.
Fox 35's Dave Puglisi shows us that there's more to this man than meets the eye.
Florida attacks.
We just had to get the job done.
When a nuisance gator got too close,
Yeah, that is a lot that is a lot larger than what I usually tend to see in real life.
to the rescue.
Felt like Batman. For real.
And this guy's like a big guy, so this is a big alligator as well.
Dragging it, handling it with a catch rod, even avoiding a
Shit.
death roll. Dragic says it might seem like he was playing with a 10-foot beast, but make no mistake, this was all a safety tactic.
If you don't get these animals tired, they will hurt you, if not kill you.
The licensed
Yeah, that
trapper
makes
is no
sense. Like
stranger
that's how they do. That's how I think fishermen do it a lot. You have to tire out the fish before you can safely reel it in.
to these animals.
This here's Rocky, and he ain't no puppy.
Going by
Yeah,
the
see, those are like these are the kinds of alligators I usually see in real life, and like when I go out. Really small, around the size of a dog.
Instagram, his social media is filled with viral videos of this. And this, where he gets up
Okay,
close and
that's
personal with
a lot
massive
larger than we.
gators.
That's a
Afraid
nice
to get
knife.
his hands dirty. Some people say he's crazy, but to that he says this.
These
in
these are
response.
little. I see those a lot.
Florida man. That's what I have to say to that.
There's a whole other side to this Florida
Oh,
man. He joined the U.S. Marine Corps after
He's got
surviving
he's got the
shooting.
M240.
He eventually became an MMA
That's
fighter.
that's
Now
really cool.
Dragic is taking on a new fight, helping others who served our country.
My
Nah,
heart goes to
that's
our
wholesome.
veterans dealing with
That's a wholesome
PTSD
story that we're gonna
and the
get,
issue of
and that's all our
suicide.
wholesome
Started a
stories that we're gonna
nonprofit
get.
called Project Savior Outdoors. The mission
That's
to
a-
fight PTSD and
That-
veteran
that-
suicide by connecting with the great outdoors. Dragic says he uses the gator videos he posts on social media to raise awareness for his movement.
It puts eyes on me, and I want to.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot larger than what you tend to see.
Veterans the help that they need.
Trying to say like a lot less.
Dave
Yeah.
Puglisi, Fox 35 News.
Yeah, if you want to learn more about Project
And that's the extent of the wholesome stories that we're probably gonna see tonight, because, well, besides this one, this one's a little bit funny, but this one was the only time that I hold on. This was gonna be a bit sensitive because of it has the word that Susan or Neil won't let us say. It has the self-termination word. But this one is unique because this is the few times that I was like, only a couple stories here were informed of me, were like that I was informed by them by, say, a teacher, by like someone I knew in real life, instead of something that I find online or on social media. This one I found out because a teacher told me, and he heard about it from his friends and his friends and his friends. So yeah. This one, Florida man tied gun to balloon to make his self-termination look like a murder. This one I can remember, and this was something I do bring up to
Did a Florida man use a weather balloon to stage his
yes,
own
weather
homicide?
balloon.
That's what police are saying after a 6-month investigation into a mysterious death. Back in January, 71-year-old Alan J. Abrahamson was found dead in a field near his Palm Beach Gardens home. Cops say he died of a gunshot wound to his chest, but no weapon was found with his body.
Yeah.
Police put out calls to help them solve the crime, even
Yes.
offering a reward in the case. But now they're saying Abrahamson himself was
What was
the
his
culprit
job?
all
Like,
along.
it sounds like maybe I'm being a bit weird, but I think he looks like he could have been a lawyer.
Investigators combed through his computer and phones to look for leads. But instead of finding suspects, they found receipts and emails for weather balloons, helium tanks, and rubber bands.
He didn't clear search history. He He didn't try hard enough to make it mysterious.
They also say his search history turned up questions about whether life insurance companies pay out policies in the event of a suicide. Cops say
Oh
Abrahamson
yeah.
had
Okay.
run
So
through his
he was attempting to attempting to make it look like an unsolved murder in order to well do the self-termination, so to speak, and then claim the money. So I but at the end of it, like as darkly funny, like as dark as it is genuinely funny if someone attempted to fake their death for in the way that they could do this. They could how do I say this? Send investigators on a wild goose chase and basically do all that.
retirement savings and staged a homicide so his family would get his life insurance money. Police say they still
Hold
have
on.
suicide. Cops say Abrahamson had run through his retirement savings and staged a homicide so his family would get his life insurance money.
Yeah,
Police say
that's a
they still
shame.
have not found the gun,
Jokes aside, that is like a pretty sad story.
which could have been carried more than 100,000 feet in the air by the balloon. The perfect murder foiled by a digital paper trail.
It would be darkly funny if the balloon popped and and the piss and whatever gun it was, probably like a 38 special revolver or something, like it dropped from such an extreme height that it fell down and hit someone. When the balloon popped, because yeah, beware of a if the balloon just popped and it came down and hit someone, and then that's how they found the gun.
For InsideEdition.com, I'm Mara Montalbano.
Anyways, so oh, that's a lot of check local listings. So we have that, and did not find a weapon or shell casing. So if he had time to shoot himself and then to a gun tied to the balloon and then let it float away, and like there was no shell casing, it was probably a revolver. Just a bizarre situation. Alan J. Abramson, a string to a gun, a 72-year-old's body. A 2003 plot from CSI also depicted a person who tied a gun to a weather balloon to make a self-termination look like a murder. It is not clear whether Abramson was influenced by the show. That's no, I won't look into those. Oh, this one, yeah, this guy was the other one that I found out from a real life circumstance, from like people talking about it, because it was such a big story because it was so insane. NPR The Two-Way. More is being known about one of the most horrific crimes I've heard about recently: the attack on Miami on Saturday, during which a man was biting off parts of another man's face. The attacker, Rudy Eugene, who was shot dead by police, who pleaded with him but got only growls in response. Sorry. This is the end result. This is stage 4 furry. This is the end result. The attacker, Eugene's now known as the Miami Zombie. The victim, Ronald Popo, is in critical condition and fighting for his life. The Miami Herald says he was homeless and living under a causeway. Now, there's a theory emerging that Eugene was high on bath salts, which, as NPR's Greg Allen has reported, is a drug that produces a meth-like high and sometimes violent behavior in users. In honesty, like, I don't know too much about narcotics and drugs, even despite my curiosity searching them a lot. I can't keep track of a lot of slang names. I know PCP is angel dust and stuff like that. I don't know which bath salt is. It's probably some kind of synthetic drug. Armando Aguilar, president of Miami Fraternal Order of Police, says that the similarity between the face-eating attack and some other recent incidents in Miami are striking. ABC News reports. The cases are similar, minus a man eating another. People are taking off their clothes. People suddenly have superhuman strength. Aguilar said, according to ABC, they become violent and they are burning up from the inside. Their organs are reaching a level that most would die. By the time police approach them, they are a walking dead person. Haven't heard about bath salts. In January, NPR's Nancy... Oh, what is that? Nancy Shute wrote for Shots that the drug is a relatively new problem. The name covers several synthetic chemicals, including mephedrone and MDPV, short for methylene deoxypyrovalerone. I pronounced it. That gives a stimulant high similar to meth or cocaine. The stuff is sold under the names like Vanilla Sky or Ivory Wave. Invoked emergency powers in DEA invoked emergency powers in October to make the drug legal. People who abuse these substances have reported agitation, insomnia, irritability, dizziness, depression, paranoia, delusions, self-terminal thoughts, seizures, panic attacks, reduced motor control, and decreased. CBC News writes today about John, a Nova Scotia man who says that his first big trip on bath salts was in February. He struck out for the drug for 8 days with virtually no sleep until he crashed. He says the feeling was scary even for an experienced drug user. Felt like I wanted to kill me or kill someone else. Horrible feeling of sketchiness, constantly looking over your shoulder, or peeking out your curtains or windows, or hiding under the blankets. Girlfriend says Eugene was either drugged or cursed. Like, was it a voodoo curse? I'm not quite sure what to make of that, but I do remember there were reports that this guy Eugene was considering himself the dog man or something. Undated booking mug. He was shot and killed by Miami-Dade police after he refused to stop eating another man's face. How do you get to that point, man? The man being depicted by the media as a face eater or a monster is not the man she knew, she said. He smoked marijuana often, although he said he wanted to quit, but didn't use stronger recreational drugs and even refused to take over-the-counter medication for simple... He was sweet and well-mannered. An undated booking mug. So, like, did he have a history of something, or? Eugene's girlfriend has her own theory on what happened that day. She believes Eugene was drugged unknowingly. The only other explanation, she said, was supernatural, that someone put a voodoo curse on him. The girlfriend, who unlike Eugene is not Haitian, had said she never believed in voodoo until now. I don't know how else to explain this, she said. This was a pretty big news story when it came out. This was 2012. I remember hearing about it well after it happened, maybe several years later, maybe 2018, 2017 or so. That's how I remember hearing about it. Later on, the legend persisted for a while. Well, that's the worst of our Florida man. And this is where it gets funny, because these two are probably the bigger stories that you can get about Florida man online. Is Florida man arrested for throwing alligator through drive-through window. This did happen, and and this is where the alligator was considered armed assault. Why does he look so funny? A Florida man was arrested Monday and charged with assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill after allegedly throwing an alligator through a fast food chain's drive-thru window in October. Joshua James, 24, threw a 3.5-foot alligator, it's a small one, through a Palm Beach County Wendy's drive-thru window nearly 4 months ago. See, it wasn't big enough to be considered intent to kill or a deadly weapon. I wouldn't say deadly weapon, because I'm pretty sure you can fight off a 3.5-foot alligator pretty well, in all honesty. He was also charged with illegally possessing an alligator and petty theft. A report that James drove his pickup truck to the window about 1:20 a.m. October 11th, as written by a wildlife officer, Nicholas Guerin. When an employee handed James his drink, he tossed an alligator through the window and sped off. No one was hurt, and Guerin captured the alligator and released it into the wild. James was finally tracked down through video surveillance and purchased at a neighboring convenience store. Guerin wrote James admitted to throwing the alligator. Fuck. Excuse me. He said that James told him he found the alligator on the side of the road and put it in his truck. The Palm Beach Post noted that James had faced a third-degree felony charge for possessing the reptile. If he is convicted of that particular charge, he could face up to 5 years in prison. He just did it. He just picks up an alligator and just does it. You know? Yeah, with the stripes. Yeah, they see these a lot. But it's just so funny that he could just decide this. It's like the most redneck thing to do. Like, crazy redneck thing to do, possibly. Yeah, 2015, so this happened a while ago. In James' court appearance Tuesday, he was ordered to stay clear of all Wendy's restaurants, to avoid possessing animals aside from his mother's dog, to undergo a mental health test, and refrain from possessing any weapons, according to WPTV. He was later released on a $6,000 bond. Second Airborne, just another day in America. It's classic. This is a classic story. I love this. Yeah, 2016. This was a while ago. And this was one that I feel like doesn't get enough attention, although it has gotten plenty of attention, not as a Florida man story, but as a guy wearing an Easter Bunny story. Like, a guy wearing an Easter Bunny suit story. You have the, Oh yeah, this is like classic Live League kind of thing, classic World Star kind of thing. There were so many edits made of this moment of the guy punching. Yeah, Orlando. Was that cool? Okay, so. Yeah, that moment where he's like, he's not even throwing punches that hard. There we go. He's finally throwing some. There's a cop on a bike that came to attend to him. Because this is an entire saga, okay? The tale of the Orlando Easter Bunny is an entire saga, and this is like the beginning. This is like the beginning of his story.
Easter Bunny was shaking.
An Easter Bunny. A man in an Easter Bunny suit hopped to the defense of a woman and started throwing punches. And during a brawl Sunday night in Orlando, Florida, that was captured on video, Bunny bystander Antoine McDonald
was the terrifying aftermath.
But Antoine McDonald insisted that he had no choice but to join the fray after seeing the woman getting punched. He's a vigilante, so it passes him off as the good guy initially. And witness Lindsay Edwards said he saw the man spit on the woman just before they began scuffling, and McDonald came to her defense. So I got over there so I could break up the fight, and with me trying to break up the fight, he got on top of her and hit her, so I had to try a different method, basically to break up the fight, which actually worked. And McDonald told NBC affiliate WESH of Orlando. When Josh Maines, a night manager of the underground public house on South Orange Avenue, heard a commotion in front of his bar, he ran outside and saw that the costumed man had jumped in and started raining blows on the man who was on the ground fighting the woman. I was at a loss for words, Maines told NBC News. But I guess that's how fun days go around here in Orlando. Can't be too surprised. The altercation was quickly broken up by an Orlando police officer on patrol in the downtown neighborhood, which is filled with bars and restaurants. It is unclear why the man and the woman were fighting. Salt upon adrenaline. In the moments immediately after the fight broke up, Police initially thought the whole brouhaha was staged. That's a great word. Had been staged. The officer came up to me and said, "If you do that again, I'm going to arrest you in the damn bunny suit." McDonald recalled. But eventually, police came to understand that McDonald was just a good Samaritan. The cops broke them up. They shot the guy they handed the guy in the bunny suit and let them go. Maines, 28, said he was just partying, enjoying his Easter Sunday. Sergeant David Baker, an Orlando police spokesman, confirmed that the fight happened at 10:30 p.m. and that no one was arrested. I love my state! I love my state! But this is only part 1 of this story. This is one of multiple incidents. This is Wild Easter Bunny Tales, Brawls and Malls handing out. I'm the Orlando Easter Bunny, says man So this is the guy under the suit. I'm the Orlando Easter Bunny. Google it. Man in infamous bunny suit facing hit and run charges. So this is like literally a case of like be the hero long enough and like you, what is that quote? You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Hit and run charges.
We in Florida. Orlando's crime-fighting bunny is back. Only this time, he's the one accused of a crime. He and his costume hauled off to jail. The man behind the mask, Antoine McDonald, is facing hit and run charges tonight.
Fox 35's Stephanie Buffamonte has the details.
Deputies say the Orlando Easter Bunny blew through this stop sign, knocking down the carport in front of this house. When he was arrested, he was in the Easter Bunny costume.
He was still in the Easter Bunny costume.
I saw all kinds of flashing lights out here and everything. I didn't know what was going on.
You can see what's left of 85-year-old Arthur Tharer's carport after it was destroyed in a crash last week. Deputies say Antoine McDonald was riding a motorcycle when he ran a stop sign and crashed into this Altamont Springs carport, knocking down all of the posts.
Not one, but all three of them. Busted them all.
The carport collapsing on the roof of his truck, causing thousands of...
I'm not like, maybe it's like, oh, it was a car roof or car porch.
It looks like a whole lot of trouble for me to put all this stuff together again.
Investigators say McDonald ditched the motorcycle, ran off, and left this shoe behind. And that's where this story gets hopping. After the crash, deputies found McDonald lying in the back of a car in an Easter Bunny costume. McDonald told investigators, quote, "I wasn't in any crash. I'm the Orlando Easter Bunny. Google it." And only in Florida, he actually is. McDonald went viral last April in this video of him dressed in the Easter Bunny costume. He was caught hopping in the middle of a fight downtown, throwing punches instead of eggs. McDonald's back in the news tonight, this time facing hit and run charges.
Kind of on the humorous side now, but at the time it bothered me.
The homeowner doesn't have insurance, so he says he'll be the one footing the bill for the Easter Bunny's mess. Reporting in Seminole County, Stephanie Buffamonte, Fox 35 News.
But yeah, that is like, I feel like that doesn't get enough attention as a classic Florida man story because they focus too hard. Like the headline is always Easter Bunny attacks or Easter Bunny involved in, but you remember this took place in Florida.
Fire, putting firefighters to...
Yeah, Antoine McDonald went viral for a video of him breaking up a fight. It collapsed on the roof. A carport. It collapsed on the roof of the 85-year-old homeowner's truck. Yeah, so you got all that, and thankfully we do have this was another one that I heard 10 months ago that I did hear about. Hold on. There's the classic. The Florida man gets beat up by the Easter Bunny. Hold on. This one is this the one with Nick Cage? Is this the one with Nick Cage? No, it's not. The man thought he was being robbed, but the intruder was there for something much different. Florida man woke up in the middle of the night to find another man sucking on his toes. According to the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, deputies say the man was sleeping in his bed in Bradenton, but he woke up and realized he wasn't alone. The man told deputies he assumed he was being robbed, so he told the intruder he didn't have any money. But money wasn't what he was there for. The intruder told the man he was there to suck on his toes, according to an investigation write-up. That's when the man punched the accused toe sucker and forced him outside, according to the investigators. When the two brawled, the man who sucked the toes told the other man that he had a gun and tried to fondle him, according to investigators. The man continued to hit the intruder for about 30 seconds before running inside and calling 911, deputies said. At this point, the intruder broke out the front window of the home and something the other man's car's windshield until it broke. Investigators said the toe-sucking man took off. So they tried to track him with a canine, but were unable to find him. Hold on. Is this also Florida? West Main. Oh, Winter Haven, Florida. So yes, we'll look at that one. I'm not installing Google Widevine. Elderly woman's home. Yeah, another Florida incident. So. Hold on. I'm not sure if it happened in Florida, but this reminds me of Nick Cage fighting a spider. Hold on. I'm not gonna look at WikiFeet. Like Stanley Good. Nick Cage. Home invasion. Yeah, Nicolas Cage's craziest fan encounter involved a home invasion and a fudgesicle. Nick Cage, Colorado Space. There we go. It was a fudgicle. It wasn't a toe sucker. At the premiere of Nick Cage's new film Colorado Space, he was this wasn't in Florida, but I do want to cover it. Colorado Space, he was asked about an old headline involving a home invasion involving a naked man and a fudgesicle. As Cage remarked, it's 100% true and it's not nearly as hilarious as it appears. In his words, I know it sounds funny, but it was terrifying. It was a home invasion. I was asleep at 2 a.m. and my young son at the time was in the other room, and I woke up and there was a naked man who had gotten my leather jacket, eating a fudgesicle in front of the bed. Hold on. Let me loop that. I woke up and used verbal judo and said, just get out of my house. The Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse actor of all things recalled a disturbing anecdote to Extra with this incident taking place at a time when he was living in Newport Beach, California with his wife and 2-year-old son. Apparently the intruder would often break into Nicolas Cage's home when he was working and try on his clothing. One time the man decided to do it when he was home, and it understandably scared him. Nicolas Cage described the man as being naked except for donning one of his leather jackets and eating a fudgesicle when he spotted him. When he's promoting the film Trespass about Nicole Kidman about a home invasion. Yeah, that's what the whole toe sucker story reminded me of. Let's look at these. The man went into West Marine on Monday in Winter Haven said he decided he really loved those bikini bottoms. The Winter Haven Police Department is trying to find a man captured on video stealing bikini bottoms. If you recognize the man, see above and in the picture below, you're asked to call 1-800-266-8477. Heartland Crime Stoppers.
Right now, police in Sarasota investigating 2 deaths on Lido Key. They say 2 men.
I'm not gonna. Oh man, he looks insane. You know that he got that eye somehow. He got that eye in somehow. A man accused of breaking an elderly woman's home was sticking a hand down her pants. Investigators said Wilbert Henderson, 52, broke into the woman's home, forced her onto the ground, and put her hand down her pants. A 72-year-old woman in her... Oh, jeez. Okay, that's an actual, yeah, intended to have sex with her, so, like, rape. Henderson was... he has that Uncle Ruckus eye. He has that, like, I don't watch Boondocks, but he got that Uncle Ruckus eye.
This afternoon, police in Largo do need your help finding a driver involved in a death.
Anyways, so this is the official Florida Man website. I'll go to the official site of Florida Man. This site is the ultimate hub of all things wild, wacky, and wonderfully bizarre. The legendary Florida Man. Prepare yourself to a roller coaster ride through the Sunshine State's most outrageous escapades, where the extraordinary meets the absurd in the most unexpected ways. At FloridaMan.com, we embrace the legendary phenomenon of the Florida Man with open arms and a hearty sense of Pip Awesome! It's Pip Awesome! 10 months ago. It's Pip Awesome. From quirky heists to peculiar encounters, our website is dedicated to bringing you the latest, greatest, and downright weirdest tales that the Sunshine State has to offer. Excuse me. Takes off at the highway. We're stolen weed. Hold on, this sounds like a good one. Top 10 categories. What's the latest one? Guns, weird weapons, food, meth, madness, jerks, animals, Florida woman. Daring alligator rescue and eccentric art heist. This one we did hear of. This one this one also was pretty big news. Okay, this one I haven't seen video. Hold on, let me see. Innocent until proven guilty. Arrest and mugshots were made public. Sexually assaults. Stuffed Olaf doll at Target. Tries to get alligator drunk. Fixing car too slow. Hold on, let me see the latest one. Is there any categories? Birthday challenge? Who is Florida Man? This is the birthday challenge. May 8th, Florida Man. Find your inner Florida Man. Select your birthday below and find out here. 35. Hold on, this is like it's a semi-broken website. Hold on, let's go to May. And then go to the 8th. Oh shit. Florida Man attacked by python hiding in toilet. Oh shit, man. I'm glad that my toilet's on like the my toilet's on the second floor, so that doesn't happen to me. Maybe it got in through the in through the pipe. Attacks mom with corn on the cob. Let's look at that one. His name is Bend Over. He'll behead them, eat their eyes and tongues. Hold on. Is it by May? Most viewed. This one is May 26th. Florida Man attacked by a python hiding in the toilet. An unsuspecting Florida man was bitten by a python lurking in his toilet. A Coral Springs Humane Unit was called to the residence about 4 a.m. after the victim attempted to remove a python that was in his toilet. The snake was later identified as a 3-foot-long ball python. It was released after being bitten by the snake. Oh shit, he was bitten by python. Oh, bitten in the arm. Good thing it didn't get him in the ass. Everybody's worst nightmare, but it's an apartment plumbing system, so there are many possibilities. Swinson said that he never heard of any incidents with snakes in toilets in the city, and said that the python could have belonged to former tenants and somehow got loose, seeking refuge in the plumbing system. So, somehow he just, got in there. attacks mom with Zephyr Hills. Yeah, same as the water brand. Excuse me. Was hurt by a domestic battery charge through a corn cob. Excuse me. Why is this news? Excuse me, I think I got hiccup. Oh shit. Excuse me. I think I have hiccups. Hold on, give me a second. I think, oh. Original article? No. Weird weapons via. Why is this news? Oh, excuse me. And then. Florida man stopped Florida woman with cheeseburger. Hold on. I gotta stop hiccuping. I think I got hiccups last time I played Valhalla on stream. Shirtless Florida man fights tree. That's just Minecraft. Says it will enhance his skill level. Live catfishes impersonates FBI. Excuse me. Oh, please pardon me. Rather go to jail. It's Diogenes! Diogenes is back! Hold on. Let's look at these. May 10th. So 2 days after my birthday. And 2 days after my birthday. I'm gonna look at that one too. And Florida man drives Cadillac from sunroof down highway. Says he'd rather go to jail than back to his wife. Florida man Bartow. Oh, excuse me. I'm hiccuping too much. Was driving down US 98 highway. Maybe I need to stop talking for a second. I gotta burp. I gotta induce a burp somehow. 7-year-old Leonard Olson Jr. was seen by an off-duty Hillsborough County deputy who recorded the incident. The Florida man can be seen standing in the vehicle, arms outstretched, as the car went down the highway. A trooper eventually I-4 out of a white Cadillac. Ricky Benet wrote in his report that he told Olson he received reports of a man fitting Olson's description sitting in the sunroof while traveling on I-4. That's wild, man. Let him cook. He's clearly having the time of his life. Florida Highway Patrol Trooper Ricky Benet wrote in his report that Olson allegedly replied, "I don't know about that." Mr. Olson stated that he wanted to turn himself into an official and asked if he could turn himself into me. When asked, "Why would you want to do that?" Mr. Olson says, "My wife treats me like a servant and she's the mistress, and I'm tired of her shit." The report says, adding, Mr. Olson also stated, "Lock me up. I'd rather go to jail than go back home." Olson was detained and later admitted it was him sitting in the sunroof of his vehicle while cruise control was activated, the report states. Olson also allegedly told the trooper that the car drives itself and thought it would be a nice way to praise God for a minute. Let him cook, man. He didn't do anything wrong. Anyways, Florida man plays basketball naked at a public park, says it will enhance his skill level. May 13th. Okay, so we had the original article Newsweek. We seem to be loading in a little bit. Oh, excuse me. To enhance his skills. Oh, excuse me. He definitely like what? Oh man, these hiccups are not stopping anytime soon. But he looks like he's on something. I mean, look at that. Look at that man. A Florida man was arrested over the weekend by playing basketball naked because he thought it would improve his skills, police say. At 7:36 p.m. local time on a Sunday, a Longwood Police Department officer responded to a white male who was not wearing clothing at Candyland Park on 299 Longdale Avenue, according to an arrest report. When police arrived on scene, Jordan Glenn Anderson, 29, could be seen walking around the basketball court over the park, playing with a ball without any clothing on his body. Was he wearing shoes though? When authorities approached Anderson and asked what he was doing, he stated he was reporting on his. He stated he was working on his basketball. Hold up, too loud. Working on his basketball skills, and he feels playing naked increases his skill level. The officer stated in the report. The officer then told Anderson to get dressed, and he complied. The officer made contact with the park employee on the scene, who said that he contacted police when he saw Anderson in the nude playing basketball around the premise. Anderson was then charged with indecent exposure of sexual organs and was subsequently transported to the John E. Polk Correctional Facility for processing on $500 bond. Longwood, a city in Seminole County, has a crime rate 31 crimes per 1,000 residents. That's considerably higher than the national average across all communities in the U.S., according to Neighborhood Scout. Around 71% of Florida's cities and towns have has a crime rate lower than Longwood's, whose roughly 15,000 residents have a 1 in 32 chance of becoming a victim to either a violent or a property crime. Earlier this month, retired WWE wrestler Matt Morgan was voted as mayor of Longwood by his fellow commissioners after being elected to the municipality's commission last November. Huh. This one's bound to be good. This one's bound to be good. Okay, I'm gonna look up that one. A Florida man impersonates FBI agent, harasses homeowner, leaves live catfishes on the driveway, flees on bicycle. A Florida man was arrested after impersonating an FBI agent. I'm gonna look up that one too. Impersonating an FBI agent. FBI agent questioning a homeowner and leaving multiple live catfish on her lawn before escaping on a bicycle. Christian Dudley faces charges of an open container in a public area. Why is that a crime? And impersonating a law enforcement officer. The victim says that the Florida man drove a bicycle with flashing red and blue lights under her yard. Hold on. Under her front yard on the 2000 block of Palm Street in Naples. Dudley introduced himself as an FBI agent, according to Collier County Sheriff's Office arrest report. Then he ordered the woman to show proof of ID to make sure she was there legally. The victim said she was a U.S. citizen and told him to leave her property. After Dudley refused a second time, her husband told Dudley to go and he called CCSO for the arrest report. Before leaving the property, Dudley dropped multiple live catfish in the driveway for an unknown reason. Where did he get the catfish? Where did he get the catfish? As Dudley was biking, a deputy stopped him because he fit the description of the suspect. The deputy said Dudley appeared heavily intoxicated, was wearing a dark shirt, had an FBI hat, and a bicycle with red and blue flashing lights. Dudley has been taken to jail. I'm sorry, this last line is just a lot funnier than it needs to be. I really do feel like it is. It's just a deadpan. Dudley has been taken to jail. It feels like a status report that you get in a game. Your character has been taken to jail. Hopefully the hiccups. Nope, that's not happening. Hopefully the hiccups stop. This one will be interesting. Florida man stops to charge ankle monitor while committing GTA. Obviously Grand Theft Auto. Oh, no original article. Oh, there it is. Florida man on stolen ORV stops to ask homeowner to charge ankle monitor, arrested. Numerous calls about a person riding around through people's properties on a side-by-side. The man, later identified as Joshua Shane Kreider, was even approached one homeowner if he could use their electrical outlet to charge his ankle monitor. Detective Eric Pacheco of the DeSoto County Sheriff's Office responded and spotted Kreider near Southwest County Road 760 in Terrell Street. Detective Pacheco approached Kreider, who was behaving strangely. Oh, damn it. That was a bad one. Who was behaving strangely, according to deputies. While Detective Pacheco attempted to assess the situation, Kreider reached into his pocket, causing Detective Pacheco to hear several suspicious clicking sounds. When the suspect refused to keep his hands visible, he was immediately handcuffed. Detective Pacheco discovered a box cutter in his pocket with a blade out, so he extended the blade while it was in his pocket. A check on the side-by-side revealed the vehicle to be reported stolen out of Charlotte County. A check on Kreider revealed much more. Not only was Kreider on house arrest, as evidenced by his fashionable ankle wear, but he also has an extensive history including battery, burglary, and grand theft. Kreider traded his ankle bracelet in for a shiny new pair of shackles, courtesy of the DeSoto County Jail. He was also added in grand theft of a motor vehicle and resisting arrest. Not assault like attempted assault or something, or possession of a deadly weapon with intent. I don't know about deadly weapons laws. This one's bound to be good. A Florida man busted with meth, guns, and baby gator in truck. That's normal. Florida man arrested at Waffle House freaking out over bacon. Florida man loves Waffle House. I haven't actually been to a Waffle House. My dad jokes that it's because my mom's racist. I'm not sure if she actually is. But the reason why, we haven't ever been to a Waffle House. I need to go to a Waffle House one day. I need to do that. I seriously need to. A drunken, shirtless Florida man was accused of causing a disturbance at Waffle House in Cape Coral because he was upset about his bacon. Police were called to the Waffle House because a man was drunk and belligerent and using racial slurs. Okay, that's just normal. According to Local 10, 28-year-old Martin Jose Alvarez is accused of yelling, "You better cook the fucking bacon right." When police asked Florida man to come outside, he resisted. It was until they threatened to use a taser on him that he complied. When searching through the Lee County database, FloridaMan.com found at least 3 other times Alvarez was arrested within 2 years, and that's just in Lee County. It is unknown if he spread the love to other counties in the great state of Florida. So that happened. Hold on. Hey, bro lime? Oh, 9-foot alligator from pool. Hey. Hold on, bro lime. If you're gonna watch this, I want you to specifically, like, how would you react if one of your patients did this to you? Okay, I'm gonna look up that one too. A Florida man who New Smyrna Beach, a Florida man who felt like he wasn't getting enough attention set his hospital bed on fire, according to the New Smyrna Beach police. Authorities say John King admitted to setting a plastic bag on fire as he believed it would get the attention of the Advent Health New Smyrna Beach staff, who he felt was ignoring him when he requested they bring him his clothes. His hospital roommate told authorities he saw King set an object on fire. However, he convinced him to put it out. When he returned to his bed, he saw King again lighting a fire. At this point, the roommate alerted staff using the emergency button in the room. The fucker in here lit his bed on fire. I can't breathe. The smoke is in the room. Once the hospital staff entered the room, they extinguished the flames and secured the Florida man until fire officials arrived. According to the hospital, the $4,000 bed was too damaged to be repaired and has to be replaced. King said he has no intention of harming anyone and simply thought setting a fire would get the staff's attention. Was he charged with arson? But yeah, bro, I want to see I want to see your reaction to this. New York Post, hold on, 2020. Investigators of Volusia County Jail on a $15,000 bond and is set to be arraigned March 18th. So, like, was he ever confirmed, like, arrested for arson or whatever? Anyways, so Brevard County, a Florida man was arrested after amassing a collection of nearly 75 pool floats, which he stole to have sex with. A 75-year-old Christopher Monin said he stole the inflatable for sex instead of raping women. According to the Brevard Times, the Florida man was stopped on Thursday by Palm Bay police for suspicious behavior. What defines suspicious behavior? For acting suspiciously, police say Monin had him a white garbage bag full of what he identified as deflated pool floats. He looks like he was burned, or like it looked like he has a face that, like, you would stereotypically associate with a guy who has, like, there's like a fire in the kitchen and then, like, he got a sooty face after that. According to the Brevard Times, he has burglarized several houses to steal pool floats and then led police to a vacant house where he had a stash of about 75 pool floats. Monin told authorities that he sexually gratifies himself with the pool floats instead of raping women. Well, I guess that's one way to get to complete your urges. Okay, this one's just a travesty. Update, charges dropped. Yeah, let's go! Let's go! Original article, okay. Newsweek. Florida man arrested for refusing to remove "I eat ass" sticker from his pickup truck. A man has been arrested on suspicion of obscenity after refusing to remove a bumper sticker from his vehicle reading "I eat ass." Dylan Shane Webb of Lake City, Florida, has been charged with a misdemeanor counts of possession of obscene material and resisting arrest without violence following an incident on Highway 90 on May 5th. Columbia Columbia County Sheriff's Office said that a deputy spotted the sticker on the rear window of a brown Chevrolet truck traveling west on the highway at around 5:50 p.m. The deputy believed that the sticker violated the state's statute 847.011, which prohibits the possession of obscene or lewd material, including drawings, pictures of any other written or printed matter. Yeah. Hiccup. When the officer confronted Webb about the sticker, the suspect replied they were just words, because they are. The deputy also asked Webb of how a parent of a small child would explain the meaning of the graphic sticker if they saw it. Hold on, let's see it. A graphic sticker if they saw it, to which Webb replied it would be up to the parent. Webb was initially cited with an obscenity and handed a notice to appear in court by the deputy. After being asked to remove one of the letters from the sticker to make it seem less offensive, Webb refused, citing his First Amendment rights. According to the report, he was then charged with resisting arrest. What the hell, man? Speaking to the Associated Press, Webb says he plans on filing a wrongful arrest lawsuit against the department, believing that the deputy who detained him was out to get him. He was. This sounds like a massive asshole move by the deputy, by the police. I'm tired of police forces thinking they are above the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Like, the whole time, he was just really rude. It just felt like to me his goal was to get me in jail. Webb also claimed that he never had any issues with the sticker. I've had parents drive by me with their kids taking pictures. They point and laugh and giggle, and they go about their day. The American Civil Liberties Union of Florida questioned why the sheriff's office was bothering with such a trivial matter. Yeah, that's right. It's not even like a real curse word like shit or fuck. It was the word ass. My take is like, if a word is in the Bible, it's not a curse word, and that word is in the Bible, and then so the charges dropped against a Florida man arrested for obscene sticker. Hold on, no, that's not it. Charges have been dropped against a Lake City man who was arrested for having a window sticker on the rear window of his truck that deputies with the Columbia County Sheriff's Office said violated Florida's obscenity law. Dylan Shane Webb was arrested Sunday and charged with misdemeanor counts of violating Florida's obscenity law and resisting an officer without violence. What the hell was resisting arrest from? Like, he was just complaining. He was just complaining, man. The Bonnaroo law firm of Jacksonville, which is representing Webb, released the following statement on Facebook, which includes the filing from the state attorney's office. So, yeah, he was cleared. They're just words, crudely describing a sexual appetite. Man, it's just a sticker saying I eat ass, man. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. He did nothing wrong. Florida woman tries to pee on a cop while being arrested on several charges. Not gonna lie. Nah, never mind. Nah, that ain't it, bro. That ain't it. He's got too fat of a face. A Florida woman tried to pee on a cop being arrested last week for a domestic violence incident and was hit with an additional charge while in custody for allegedly running over a man months ago. The woman, 20-year-old Serena Probus, was arrested about 12:30 a.m. on January 1st. So this is like New Year's party. After getting in a fight with her sister-in-law during a New Year's party in the town of Holiday. Probus was allegedly drunk and trying to drive away with her 6-month-old baby, the report said. Her sister-in-law tried to stop her, and Probus ended up biting her hand, according to the report. Probus then began fighting with cops who responded to the scene, kicking out the window of a police car. Officers bound her legs with a hobble restraint, and Probus allegedly tried to urinate on them Man urinates on fellow passenger for not allowing him to smoke. For allegedly trying to urinate on them while they were restraining her. She was hit with domestic violence and battery on a law enforcement officer for the melee. While she was in jail within that, she was hit with a charge of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon for allegedly running down a man outside of a bar in Pasco with a BMW SUV. Why does it not surprise me that she's a BMW driver? Then again, this sort of behavior really comes out of people who were a lot of I'm sorry, that's tempting. Like, you'd assume, like, the people who kind of get up to this sort of thing have way too, like, don't have enough money to own a BMW. Let's look into this one. Florida man and girlfriend trapped in an unlocked closet for 2 days. A Florida man and his girlfriend had to dial 911 to be rescued because they thought they were trapped in an unlocked closet for 2 days. John Arwood, 31, and Amber Campbell, 25, told police that someone had chased them into the closet at Daytona State College's Marine and Environmental Science Center on Sunday. Once they were inside the janitor's closet, they couldn't get out. When Daytona Beach police arrived, they discovered that the door did not lock. Cops found human feces and copper scouring pads. Scouring pads often used to smoke crack in the closet. In the closet, luckily for Florida man and his girlfriend, they didn't find any actual drugs. After being trapped in the unlocked closet for 2 days, most likely there wouldn't have been any left anyway. Arwood and Campbell were both charged with trespassing. Campbell was also charged with violating her probation. In 2013, she was arrested after escaping a mental health treatment facility. When she was finally apprehended, she fooled police so that she could slip out of her handcuffs and run into the woods. I feel like Amber Campbell, the woman, the woman feels like she's the one responsible. She looks like she'd be the one a lot more responsible for this sort of thing. She's the one with the tattoos and the eye shade and the eyeliner. He just looks like a normal guy. Yeah, that's wild. This one isn't from the Florida Man website, but this did take place on my birthday. Florida Man docket. Florida man blames demons after beating pregnant girlfriend for playing Xbox, police say. Oh, that's just like more of that. Oh no, we didn't get access. Florida man charged with flushing woman's fish down toilet. Is that like animal abuse? A Florida man is facing several charges, including battery, grand theft, and flushing a woman's fish down the toilet. According to Cape Coral Police, Brett Austin Dahl, 29, is facing those charges based on 2 separate investigations. In the first on February 7th, police said Dahl got in an argument with a woman in traffic. According to the report, Dahl got out of his vehicle, approached the victim's vehicle, reached into it, and smacked her cell phone out of her hand. Officers said they were called into a home where the victim said Dahl shoved her, stole her iPhone, and then flushed her beta fish down the toilet. I had a beta fish when I was a kid, and I would that would be horrible. That's just mad. Like, I'm actually mad. It's really funny, but I am mad for like the animal cruelty that could have gone into that. That poor beta. Florida man docket May 8th. May 8th, 2024. So this was which I did a stream on. Zebra fatally shot by owner for escaping an unlicensed facility in Florida. There are many ways to deal with a wandering pet animal, including using a lasso and harmlessly capturing it. However, a Florida man resorted to something totally different after his pet zebra called Shadow ran out of his facility. The unidentified man used a rifle on Shadow the zebra. Was the zebra unlicensed or the rifle? Untitled the man was. Was it missing the wild after being its own? A Class 3 permit, no license permitting possession of the animal. Yeah, Florida's a big hotspot for like exotic animal collectors. I haven't watched Tiger King, but I have been to I think it's Big Cat Rescue and like some of the places that do advertise themselves as rescue places. But like Florida is a pretty big hotspot for exotic animal trade and that sort of thing. I think we'll go until 6. Holy shit. That's frightening. Let's look at that one first. Infamous Florida man with half a head arrested for attempted murder. A Miami man famous for missing half his head is facing arson and attempted murder charges for allegedly setting his mattress on fire. Carlos Rodriguez, 31, was arrested Monday on one account of first-degree arson and 2 counts of attempted felony murder, according to an arrest report. Rodriguez appeared in bond court Tuesday, but the public defender representing him asked for the hearing to be reset for Wednesday, saying that Rodriguez may have some mental issues. I wonder what tipped him off. According to the arrest report, firefighters responded to a duplex in the 200 block after his mattress was set on fire. The report said 2 people lived in the duplex next door. The report said that the fire was set deliberately, posing an immediate threat to the lives and safety of the occupants. Rodriguez gained fame in 2010 when he was arrested in Miami-Dade for allegedly soliciting a prostitute, and his mugshot was posted on the internet. In YouTube videos, Rodriguez, who answers to the name Haffy, yeah, that's like, bro, what the hell, man? Half a head, that's a big ass dent. Florida man with half a head. Haffy explained he injured his head after he hit a pole while driving, flew out the front window of the car and landed on his head. Oh man, that's wild. That's crazy. Oh wow, that's wild, that's crazy, I know. The police report obtained by the Smoking Gun, a Florida man confuses... Original article? No. Florida man confuses us sometimes. This is definitely one of those times. Florida man was arrested this time for pooping on a dead opossum on a street in Clearwater during rush hour traffic. The police report obtained by the Smoking Gun described the scene of the crime in graphic detail. According to the report, Florida man was observed defecating on a deceased possum with his pants lowered and his anal region exposed. Poor possum, man. He can't catch a break. First he dies, then he gets literally shat on. Police actually witnessed 45-year-old Robert Wilcox while he was taking his dump on the dead marsupial. The report also stated he did this during rush hour traffic and in plain sight for everyone to see. After being detained and read his rights, Wilcox then denied ever pooping on the dead opossum. He even told the cop he doesn't see straight. The officer was forced to do some real investigative work to be sure his vision was correct. He looks fine to me. He went and observed the dead creature for himself. The report states physical evidence was viewed at the scene, which corroborates the allegations alleged. It's a tough job, but someone has to do it. Wilcox was charged with a misdemeanor for exposure of sexual organs and booked into Pinellas County Jail on a $150 Whoa, okay. I want to hear about this one. It is getting pretty late in how I stream. If someone comes home, I will end stream, but I do want to finish these up. I do want to finish these up before ending stream. Hold on, let's find the original article. A man who tried to shoot 7 puppies was shot himself when one of the dogs put its paw on the revolver's trigger. Jerry Allen Bradford, 37, was being treated at a hospital for a gunshot wound to his wrist. Bradford said that he decided to shoot the 3-year-old Shepherd mix dogs in the head because he couldn't find them a home, according to the sheriff's office. That's fucking horrible, and that sounds like something PETA would do. On Monday, Bradford was holding 2 puppies, one in his arms and another in his left hand, when the dog in his hand wiggled and put his paw on the trigger of the .38 caliber revolver. The gun then discharged. That's a lot of effort, like on a double action. Unless it was maybe, I think it was already cocked. The dog put its paw into the trigger guard, and then it fired. Oh man, he already got 3 of them. Deputies found 3 of the puppies in a shallow grave outside of the Bradford's home, said Sheriff Ted Roy. The other 4 appeared to be in good health and were taken by Escambia County Animal Control, which plan to make them available for adoption. Well, that's a good news. Most of them survived. Florida woman calls 911 for over stolen weed, arrested for outstanding warrants. A Florida woman was arrested this week when she made the bad decision to call police to report a friend had stolen her weed. Not only did she have marijuana on her when cops arrived, but she also found that she had 2 outstanding warrants. According to the police report obtained by the smoking gun, documented the Florida woman's ordeal. Stewart police responded to a call about stolen property at a Best Western hotel. When they arrived, they found Lily Rinker. That is a name not far from Michelle Rinko. Rinker was hanging out with her friend Carlos, whom she had known for only a week, at the Best Western that night. During the time they hung out, she had approximately $30 of weed in a grinder. After Carlos left, she looked in her grinder and believed about half a gram was missing. The only thing she could do was the wrong thing and call the police. The police officer asked Rinker for some identification, only to find out that she was weighing on 2 outstanding warrants. One was for missing a court hearing on criminal mischief charges. The other one was for not appearing on a probation violation for a DUI earlier this year, held with no bond. Why? This feels like a fairly normal thing, a normal evolution of events, honestly. She probably thought her warrants had expired somehow, despite it. From what I recall, police warrants exist for a really long time. So, but I guess she didn't know that. Anyways, so we got naked Florida man humps tree and punches deputy. Lay Acres. A Florida man was arrested after doing a very Florida man things, including humping a tree and running down a street in the nude. 21-year-old Alonzo Sanchez, damn, he's my age, was found by deputies and seen hugging and hip thrusting a tree. He was found completely naked and allegedly high at the time. Before deputies got to him, the Florida man ran into the street and was nearly hit by a car and had to swerve to avoid him. After a brief struggle, he was apprehended and taken to the Lay Acres Regional Hospital. He faces a battery charge and was booked into Lee County Jail after his hospital visit. Oh, page not found, so that's all. This one was a big one. This one was shown on as part of a TV show. Actually, we'll end on Florida man, Game St. Augustine. Yeah, this one, we'll end off on that one. Oh, anyways, let's see the original, because this one was featured as part of like a TV show. He was drunk. No, I don't wanna. Let's we couldn't find the original article because that's behind a paywall. This one was big. Florida man clings to semi-truck speeding down highway. A video posted to Twitter shows a Florida man clinging to a speeding semi-truck. Is he naked too? Yeah, he was. Meanwhile, on I-95. Why is he shaking? I think he was trying to kill the driver. He looks like it.
Holy shit! Oh my god!
Again, I don't want to fully self-dox. Look at him go. Look at that fucking... Look at... Yeah, because this is like... Man is trying to do the Fast and Furious, like, 3 heist or something.
What are you doing?
Holy shit, man. Holy shit. Like, you can see the trucker, like, frantically trying to get him off. And it's... The window is covered in, like, bullet holes, I think. Those look like bullet holes or spiderweb cracks. Should I call the police? Wait, hell no. That's amazing. That's fucking amazing. That's fucking amazing. I need to see this. Hold on. A Facebook post. Oh, content isn't available right now. So here's the last one. Before we check out the Florida Man games. Florida Man gets citation for booty patrol truck. DeSoto County. So Florida man should have thought twice about impersonating, making his booty patrol truck look like a law enforcement vehicle. Just last week, we had another Florida man in a Buccaneers jersey arrested for impersonating police and pulling over cars. Just yesterday was another story of a Tampa man cited for a second time for impersonating a Florida Highway Patrol car. Florida man must be thinking, if you can't beat them, then join them. What's different about this case was in the Florida man painted the words Booty Patrol on the sides and back of the truck. The story is more reminiscent of the Florida man arrested for the I Eat Ass bumper sticker he refused to remove. Booty Patrol. Yeah, I think this was like, dressed up as U.S. Border Patrol. The DeSoto County Sheriff's Office successfully located both the vehicle and the driver involved in a recent incident of vehicle impersonating law enforcement. It's Booty Patrol. This is insane. I love this. I love this so much. It looks... I would, like, if it wasn't against the law, I would love to drive this. We'll see negative. Somewhere against the citation and the use of tax funds to hunt down the booty patrolman. The great use of... Can't even get the teenager driving in school to stop selling them, and you're worried around a truck driving around town with booty patrol. Yeah, I'm sorry, always support law enforcement. This is not law... Like, you can't, like... I'm a little bit mixed on the issue because, again, it does look like a police truck. It does look convincingly like a police truck, unless you, like, look hard enough. But I have seen, I think Shoddy Patrol. I've seen Shoddy Patrol on a post on Discord that was parked right next to There was part right next to a border patrol truck. But yeah, let's end off with this video. I know I didn't I should have tried to yap a little bit more instead of just reading all the articles. But you know, I think today wasn't as bad as it could have been. Let's end off on this one.
All right, welcome back into Sunday Fun.
Hold on, let's look at this one instead.
Well, and a first for Florida, and really for all of us, people from the Sunshine State came together this weekend to compete in an unusual endeavor, the Florida Man Games. NBC News correspondent Sam Brock was
it's an
there
iguana. I
for
see
the
those all the
competition
time.
that just keeps on giving.
Surrounding a large field in St. Augustine, Florida, people wait to pile in by the hundreds. Fight! Anticipation.
Those are I'm trying to remember what those are
for the
called.
First Florida Man competition.
It's like that's what the military uses for bayonet training.
That's one part gladiators, one part cops.
Make it out of the back first. Oh, he's running.
One part mullet mania. Now you might be asking, what is
He's got
a
the
Florida
Pit
Man,
Vipers.
and why are we celebrating him?
Before Pit Vipers.
Everybody talks about all
Before
the
Pit Vipers
weirdness
got
and
weird.
strangeness, but the reality is it's just people being themselves.
Kind of living a little bit beyond the boundaries of the law.
It's like Redneck Olympics, Florida edition.
Expect the unexpected.
I'm sorry, you brought an iguana?
He's the mascot.
That's fairly
You brought
normal.
a mascot that's an iguana.
Yes.
Or superficially hairy men.
I love it for Florida Man Games.
Even jorts galore and people dressed up as gorillas. But that doesn't explain
nice.
why this mosaic of misfits find themselves competing. So we asked Pete Melfi, the radio host and podcaster who founded the inaugural event.
Nobody's ever done a Florida Man festival before. So I thought, let's do something where people can enjoy
I hope
themselves.
they do this again,
laugh,
like somewhere
live the
else
day
where I
in
could
the life of a
attend.
Florida man,
This would be
and, you know,
fun.
not go to jail for it.
Yeah, we
That's
hope
the main
not.
thing. Yeah. But hey, how great would that be if there was a headline that said, Florida Man arrested at the Florida Man Games?
Police evasion actually was one of the featured events, which we got to simulate.
First, you gotta get out of the police car. You run over here, get over the first fence, hopefully without falling. Get over the second fence.
It's like a hurdle, but you have to like run from the cops.
Through the drive-through window. Come to me, knock over a cow. You have tires, and then a pull with an iguana.
Yeah, I remember Pippa said like you have to learn how to steal catalytic converters for this event, or learn how to strip copper from walls. Like the meth eating contest, maybe, or maybe the face eating contest would be better.
Inside, all while not getting caught by police.
This signature display of Florida Man living kind of stole the show, all with the assist of the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office.
That's
Obviously
face, though.
not to be attempted in real life. But the 5-person teams flexed their powers in a host of different competitions, from the weaponized pool noodle duel
That's Florida.
Yeah, the catalytic converter stealing.
to stealing a catalytic converter, then a bike, before completing an obstacle course of cones.
What about the actual stealing of a bike and riding through cones on another bike? Typical Florida. Have you done that before? One can't talk about it, you know.
Food and beer, of course, play prominently too.
Is that
Though
pulled
for some
pork?
of the activities,
Right in the gator.
it's the kind of thing you likely only do when you're drunk, but not in this case.
Be clear, I've had to ride out hurricanes before. I've never had to ride on a mechanical alligator until now.
Oh, random spot about hurricanes, but speaking of Florida Man, one last story. Well, like all the friends that I had in school, like who were surfing enthusiasts, who like to surf. Whenever a hurricane comes through here, you always know they're gonna be the guys that are out on the beach, unironically surfing, unironically doing that shit. Because I think it's because the hurricane breeds the best waves. So the day like hours before the hurricane is slated to make landfall, they're gonna be out on the beach, surfing, and that's like what I constantly know them for. I always thought like, bro, you're fucking insane. The riptide is gonna kill you, but well, none of them died, so
Things started
I guess it
fine
works.
enough,
I guess it's fun.
and then, the Florida Man ending found me Adventure, glory, and bearded beauty. This day had a little bit of it all, with the biggest man at the games, Justin from St. Augustine, powering his team, Hanky Spanky, to victory.
That's nice.
I don't know who is. I got my boots on. I got my backup Crocs in my truck.
In all shapes and sizes, they came from around the state, putting the world on notice. Florida Man is more than just a mystique. It's a lifestyle.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, I think I'll end off with it here. Oats to love, guys. Whoever came, I know that we didn't get that much chat. We didn't get that much chat today, but thank you all for everyone who attended. And I think I'll end off. You can we'll there's no raid, but go raid Twitchy. Go raid Twitchy Buggy. She's go here. Anyways, signing off, Otsu Love, and I'll see you next time. I'll be streaming the Valhalla on Monday and aiming for something else on Wednesday, because stuff is happening and I've